Right. Then let's say we need to take a user input about a number. All right. Let's say marks. We want to ask user to enter the marks for a particular subject, and then we know that the input method is returning string value. So we need to get the user inputs, and then I want to take it as an integer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert the input method, whatever the value it returns, to an int using int method. So I'm going to put the input method inside the int method. Right now I'm going to ask user to enter the marks. Right now I'm going to ask user to enter the marks. So user will see the marks prompt, and then the user will enter the marks. Right now, once I get the marks, right now for an example, let's say we know how to print if the marks are greater than 45, the marks is greater than or equals to 45, it will return true, otherwise it will return false, because last week we have learned the operators. Using the operators, we have learned that now according to this operator, right now this relational operator will return a Boolean value, which is either true or false based on the condition right now. If whatever the value you're going to enter for the marks variable, if the value you enter is greater than or 45, this will return true, otherwise it will return false. Therefore, let's check whether what will happen. Right now, I'm gonna save this in my desktop as ex.py. Right now, let's feed this into the interpreter. Right now, it will ask user into the marks. Let's say 40. Then it says false if it is 45, true if it is 46. Is true. Now it will just display true or false values, because as far we only know this relational operators, then it will return true or false. But depending on the answer, if it is true, if you want to do something, or if it is false, if you want to do something, if you want to perform another activity based on the answer that returns by this operator, right, then we could use a conditional statements. Right now, Python has a flow control done by a conditional statement, which is called as if statement. If statement. Right now, if statement, we need to write like if and the condition, then this condition must be evaluated to a true or false. The condition must be evaluated to a true or false. Then if the condition is true, then now the body statements will get executed. Right now normally in other programming languages, right now you may have used this. Right now inside the brackets you may write the condition, whatever the condition, and then you may use curly brackets in order to specify the if condition body statements. Then body statements to be statements if the condition is true. If the condition is true, right? And then we will have something like some if condition is like this. As another part, you may write if the condition is false also if you want, then you may write else, then you may end up by the statements if the condition is false. Statements if the condition is false. Right, then we have if-else statements. Now you can see in other programming languages, we use the brackets, curly brackets, to specify the scope. Right, but in Python, now remember this is how any other programming language you use this. Right, but now in Python, now we are learning Python. Now Python, we don't have brackets like this. Therefore, we don't have brackets. So the scope of the if condition is achieved by the indentation. Therefore, remember this: the scope of this if condition or the purpose of this brackets is done by using the indentation. So we don't have these brackets. Therefore, even we don't have the round brackets. Therefore, if space condition And we don't have the curly brackets even. So in order to say that this is the starting point of this condition, you can put the colon and then you write whatever the statements, whatever the lines with the, let's say if you have whatever, let's say you have two lines like this, you write like this. Now again, after the if is finished, you write whatever the other statements right now. Then this is how you specify, okay, these are the conditions for the if this condition is true. This is how you write. Now, okay, now for an example, now I'm gonna try if the mark is above 45. If the marks, the marks are, if the marks are above 45, that means if the marks are above 45, I need to say pass. I need to display pass. I need to display pass. Then afterwards, I want to display thank you. Right. Now you can see if I enter 45, it says pass thank you. And if I enter 40, it says thank you only. That means if this condition is true, then only this part will get executed. If this condition is true, this part will get executed. If the condition is false, then this part will be ignored. This is ignored if this condition is false. Right. Now that is how you do it. Therefore, now this is done by the indentation. Right. Now, if you do not keep the proper indentation, let's say, now even if you put a tab space and even this line you put another space or something like that, and likewise you're gonna write. Let's say and here and you write like this. Then if you try to do it, now you will be getting an error saying indentation error because like you have different spaces you have been used. Therefore, right now you will get an indentation error. Therefore, you have to keep the same level of spaces. Right now, even if it is also inside the condition, you need to have the same space. Right now, if you keep the same indentation level, now you can see this both print statements are inside the if conditions. Therefore, the both these pass thank you will get executed if this condition is true. If the condition is true, otherwise it will print only end. The right now, let's say this. What is the error now? Tab error, inconsistent use of tabs and spaces. Print thank you. Okay, right now what would be the problem here? Right, pass thank you. If it is 40, it don't print. Right, likewise you can keep the indentation. Right, then if the condition is false, that means if the condition is false, now you have if, right now let's say if, right, if the condition is false, that means if the condition is false, we can go up with the else statements. If the condition is false, then we could say else. We can have sorry. Fail. Try again. If it is 45, pass thank you. If it is less than 45, it says fail, try again. Thank you. Fail, try again and end. Right. Now this is the But if this condition is false, then it will direct you to here. If the condition is true, it will direct you to here. Right? Okay, now check take an input from the user and then check whether it is an odd number or even number. And then display the number is odd or even quickly. And send the answer via chat, please. Right, now I think the time is enough. Now you have to get the user input from the user. Let me take a copy of one of your answers. You get the number. If the number modulus 2, if it is equal to 0, you say it's an odd number. Number modulus 2 equals to 0. Is it odd? I think if the modulus 2 is equals to 0, is it odd or even? Is this correct? Let's try out. 5, it says even number. If it is 3, it says even number. If it is 4, it says odd number. If it is 1, even number. 6, odd number. Is this correct? Hello, is this correct? If it is correct, okay, we can go ahead with this. Yes, if the modulus 2 is equal to 0, then it is an even number. And if it is not, then it is an odd number. Right now, you could have done it using now. This is the way you could done this now. Or someone may have done it like this. Right. And okay, now let's say okay, now right now both this. Let's see. If it is 5, it will display odd number two times, or because it will check through this if condition and this condition. And if it is 4, it will print even number because there are two if conditions right now here. Now tell me, okay, if it is this, if the number is equals, let's say 5, how many times this condition get executed? How many conditions will be checked here? Hello, how many conditions will be checked here? Only one
Condition.
Yes, only one if condition, yes, because it will check only one condition, because it will perform one operation, checking the condition, and then based on the result here, it will display the output. But here, if this method, how many conditions will be checked? How many conditions?
Two times.
Two conditions, yes, two conditions. Let's say, okay, the number is an even number. Now you enter 4. How many conditions will be checked?
Two. One.
One. Others?
Two times.
Yes, it will, no matter whatever the result is, right now this will be working as a separate if condition. This will be working as a separate if condition. Now, therefore, this will be checking every time two conditions. This will execute these if conditions anyway. Therefore, two if conditions will be executed every time. But in this scenario, the same task has been achieved by only performing one if condition, one conditional check. By doing one conditional evaluation, here it will give you the results, but in this scenario, it will perform two conditional evaluations. Two conditional evaluations. Right. Now, we have done it using this. Right. Now, for an example, let's say, if we have, now we know how to check the even number, odd number, like us, now we have check. Right. Now, I want to check whether, right, given number, try to do it and send it to me. I don't know the way you think. Whether it is a positive or whether it is a negative or zero. I want you to give me a number, whether it is positive, negative, or zero. Right now, quickly find out and tell me how to do this. Write the program and send it to me. I don't mind using multiple if conditions also, but always try to use the minimum number of if conditions and then see. And still we don't know else if statements. ELIF statements we don't know else if. We only know if statements and the else statements. Only know if and else. Putting inside if it's okay. If you want, you can put one if condition inside another if. Likewise. Then do it and send it to me. I want you to check whether the given number is a negative, positive, or zero. Right now, okay, three of you have already sent the answer. Therefore, I'm gonna start with this. Now, okay, now even in this scenario, I have asked you to check whether the positive, negative, or zero. No. Okay, let me copy one of your answer first, and then we'll do the modifications as our wish. Right. You get the number, and if the number is greater than zero, it says positive, less than zero, negative. Number is equal 0, it's gonna say 0. Right now, the print that means the end of this. Right now, this is it. Right now, I don't need this. Right now, if it is 0, it would say 0. If it is a negative value, it would say a negative number. If it is a positive value, it would say positive number. Correct. Perfectly okay. Then now you can see this. Any case, any number you enter, right, as an input, this code will check three conditions. Yeah, anytime, any number you enter, this will check three conditions. It will check whether it is greater than zero, no matter, even though this is correct, it will check this. Even though this is correct, let's say a number is not positive, therefore this false. Then it will check this one. Again, it is not negative, but still it will check this one as well. Right now, in this case, what we can do is now, let's say if we assume that if there is a cost for every condition it evaluates, so it takes some memory, it takes some resources to do the conditional evaluation. So then it is a resource wastage because every time now this will check right now three now even though the first if condition is true, it will check the second condition. Even though the first condition and second condition is false, it will check the third condition. Therefore, no matter what, every time all these three conditions will be checked. Right. Then, right, therefore, if you put this inside, now for an example, if the number is positive, right, then else, that means if you put else, right, if it goes to else, then what can you say? Here, if it goes inside the else statement, what can you say? At this point, what can you say about the number? Anyone? Now, if the
Negative
number
or
is greater
zero.
than 0, we have, and you print positive number. But if it comes to after the else statement, then what can you say, Lairo?
Negative or zero.
Yes, obviously, the number is not positive. If it is positive, it would have stopped from here. Then if it is come into here, that means the number could be negative or 0. There are two options. Then we can put another if condition. If number, right. Let's put the tab spaces easier for me. Negative number, so I'm gonna put else again. Right. Now how many times? For an example, if a number, okay, now they say when you have a code, right? Now there are two cases, best case scenario and worst case scenario, also average case scenario as well. The worst case scenario means the maximum number of steps it can be taken. The best case scenario means the smallest possible number of steps it can be taken. For which number, which input, this will give you the best case scenario. Or less number of steps to be executed. For which numbers?
Positive.
Yes, if a number is a positive number, How many conditions it will check?
Just one.
Just one. If number is a positive number, it will check only this. Right. If number is a negative number, how many conditions it will check?
I think two.
Yes, it will first check this one positive number, then that become false, then it will go inside the else statement. Again, it will check this condition, then it would give us the answer. Right now, now, even now you can see here, if number is a positive number, it will evaluate this condition and it will give us the result. If it is not, then it go and check this condition and it will, if the condition is true, it will do this. Otherwise, there is no any other option. Therefore, only 0 is the left answer. Then it would return 0 because there could be only three possibilities, either positive, negative, or 0. Therefore, it would give you else. Now, in this scenario, now previously we have used three if conditions. Now, the three conditional evaluations. Now, we have limited that into a two conditional evaluation. Right, two conditions. Right now, let's say now this writing this else if inside else again writing if condition, we call it as a nested if condition, because inside else we have put another if condition. This is what you call as a nested if condition. So we could write it like, then rather writing else if, rather writing this, we could write it as elif, elif, and then finally if you want you can have else. If you want, you can have else. Else is optional, right? Else is not necessary. If you want, only you can have else statements. Even if you want, you can check whether right now you can check whether else if you want to check three conditions. Let's say if you really want to check three conditions, then you can check whether number is equals to 0. If you check like this, even right now you can say we are checking three conditions, but this is also fine. Number, yeah, yes, NUMB, number. Right now we could write like this, but anyway, in this scenario, this is really unnecessary because we know a number could be either positive, negative, or 0. Therefore, if this is not one of these, obviously it's going to be the other option. Therefore, rather checking another condition, we can just put an else statement. Therefore, now you can see else is optional in this if else if ladder. We don't have else statement. Therefore, if you really want, you can have a else statement as well. Right. Now, this is what I want you to do. I want you to ask user to, I want you to get the price of an item. I want you to ask user to enter the price of an item. I want you to ask user to enter the quantity, and I want you to calculate the total. And if the total, if the total value is less than 2000, you can buy. And if the price is 2000 to 4000, you have to display, okay, request permission. And if the price is above 4000, you have to reject, don't buy. Right, then this is the scenario that I want you to write a program. Right now it should display, you have to ask user to enter the price, you have to ask user to enter the quantity, and then you have to calculate the total. And then you need to check whether the total is less than 2000. That means you can directly display buy. The decision you can display buy. If it is 2000 to 4000 range, then you need to say request permission. And if it is above 4000, you can simply say don't buy, don't purchase. Likewise. Okay, do this and send me the answer via chat, please, quickly. Send me the answers quickly, everyone. I want the answers, not from just one or two. Everyone, send me the answer. The ones who has joined lately, if you have any questions, please ask. Okay, now, okay, 5 of you have sent the answers. Good, right. Now let's take one of your answers. Right. You get the prize. Uh-oh. If prize, okay, now you get the prize. Why? The total, okay, total is price into quantity. Less than 2000 byte. If it is right. Good. Right. Now tell me. Okay, now this TTL means the total, right? Okay, now if this condition is false, what that means? If this condition is true means what? What can you say about the total value?
Total is less than 2000.
Totally, yes. If this condition is true means total is less than 2000. So according to the given question, yes, you should display by. Okay. Okay, if it comes to this point, If it comes to else if, that means what? Total value is
Above 4,000.
no. If it comes to this point now, that means if this condition is false, that means what? If it is
About
false, that
2,000.
means
About 2,000.
yes, equal or
Oh.
equal or greater
About
than 2000. Right now, at this, if this condition is false, that means if this become true, when the total is less than 2000, no? For any number which is less than 2000, this will be true. But if this become false, that means the total value is greater than 2000 or equals to 2000. If it is greater than or equals to 2000, it's gonna go up to here. Right now, again you check what? What you check here?
Whether it's within 2000 and 4000.
Now, okay, let's say now I'm going to make this much right. Right. Now, this is what we have the condition. Now tell me what should be the range of the values here. I'm gonna print and if can I'm gonna print here the total variable range. Right now, what would be the values here? If this get printed, that means total variable is total is
4,000.
what can I say? Total is
Less than 2,000.
okay. Total is less than 2000. Right now, that is what I'm gonna print. Okay, if it comes here, what that means? Total is
Over 2000.
over 2000.
Over 4,000.
Total is over 4000. Right. Then, if it comes here, total is not 40,000, 4,000. Okay, now
Between 2,000 and 4,000, sir.
between 2000 to 4000, total is 2000 to 4000. Right now, let's say if it is price is 200 and quantity is 9,800, no, then it says you total is less than 2000. Price is 200 and quantity is 10. It says total is this. It comes up to the L state. And if it is 410, still here. And if it is the price is 411, 4,400, then it comes to here. Right. Now this is how you do it. Right. Okay, correct. But now, yes, perfectly correct. But the problem is like when you just look at the code, like it is difficult for you to understand, everyone to understand because like now here you are checking a first condition and then the latter part of the numbers and then at the end again you are checking the middle part. So it is better if you write now the other way around. Right now, if you have done this in this format, right now, else if then you're gonna write else if what the total is if the total is less than 4000. If the total is less than 4000. Right now here you check to less than 2000. If it is not, that means about 2000. Now you're gonna check whether it is less than 4000. Otherwise, you know it is greater than 4000. Then you can register as else total is over 4000. Then by doing so, you can increase the readability of your code. Right now 209. You can say this is configured 210, 2000. and 410 within the 410. Right now 4000 also now be treated as, right now above this condition is false for 4000, therefore it would be treated as uh, above 4000 because this condition is false. So therefore even including 4000, if you want this, you need to have it like this. Then less than or equals to 4000 to display within 2000 to 4000 range. If it is 4000, also if you want to have included, if it is 410, 4000 also now it displays within the range. Right now you know that for sure. Okay. Initially, if the total is less than 2000 or including 2000 also, if you want, you can put the equal sign. Then if the total is less than or equals 2000, then it will perform this. If the total is above 2000, then it will go into here. Now, for sure, if it enters this part, that means total value is above 2000. Now we check whether it is less than or equals to 4000. If so, it will display this. Otherwise, that means the total is above 4000. It will display this. This is how it's gonna work out. Right now, let's say the grading system, the most common system. Right now, you know that if you get marks from 0 to 45 within the range, you are fair. Even in this program, also the same. Right, I want you to display F. If it is 45 to 55, I want you to display C. And if it is 55 to 60, 55 to 60, I want you to display C plus. And 60 to 65, I want you to display B minus. And 65 to 70, 65 to 70, I want you to display B plus. 70 to 75, A minus. And 75 to 85, you're gonna say A. And 85 to 100, A plus. Okay, now this is the marks. You have to ask user to enter the name of the student and the marks for the subject, and then you need to display the grade of the for the particular subject. Okay, do it quickly. Are you okay with this? Do you understand? Or
Yes, sir.
right. Right. Let me give you. Right. Okay, then right. What else we can use? Right now, if you want to check multiple conditions at once, now for an example, okay, now this is if else if ladder, right? There may be scenarios. You need to display right now for an how. Mm, okay, now in order to be a valid number, you need to display valid number. You need to display valid number. The valid number must be an even in between, let's say 20 to 100. All right, now in order to display a valid number, you need to display in between 20 to 100 and even number. Okay, ask user to enter number and display whether it is a valid number or not. How can you do that? And find largest take 3 inputs from the user XYZ and find the largest. And you need to get the from the user the student grade, the attendance percentage, and the total income of the family, and you have to display whether the student is eligible for a scholarship or not. If the grade is A or B and the attendance is 75% or above, and the total income of the family is less than 5,000. And before that, uh, if the entered username and password match the correct values, username should be admin, password should be 1234, and it should be displayed access granted if both are correct, and if correct values, that's the correct values. Must display access granted if access granted, invalid username if the username is not correct, or incorrect password and user not found. Oh, user not found. Access granted means if both are correct. Invalid password if username is correct. If username is correct, then password is wrong. User not found, username is wrong. If username is invalid. Right now, these are the 4 questions that I want you to do. Do it and send it to me via chat quickly as possible. Any questions, please ask. Number equals, you're gonna get the score, and then if it is modulus equals 0 and 20 less than number less than 100, you're gonna be valid. Let's say score is 14. Okay, 14. Invalid number 104. Invalid number 20. Invalid number 100. Invalid number 22. Valid 19. 20. Right. Okay. First one is done. Right. Now this is how we do the first one. If you are not clear about this, you can ask. Find the largest from XYZ. Right now, okay, let me take that answer also. You get the X, you get the Y, you get Z, and X is greater than Y and X is greater than or equal Z, then you're gonna say that's X. Otherwise, Y is greater than X, Y is greater than Z, you're gonna say Y, and otherwise Z. Okay. Is there any other ways of doing this? Right. Then you're gonna say this by the largest. Right. Let's run this and see. Score. Not saved. Number 1, 10, number 2, 25, number 3, 15. Largest is 25, 25, 10, and 15. Right. Okay. What if? Good. Good. Right. Okay. Then we have done that as well. What you do here is you check whether x is greater than or equals to y or x is greater than or equals z, then x is the largest. Otherwise, you're going to check y is greater than x and y is greater than z, then largest is y. Otherwise, you know that for sure. If it is not x, if it is not y, answer should be z. Right. Now we are done with this. I want the answer for the last two. Quickly send me. Okay, few of you have sent the answer. Okay, I'll get this one. Okay. Right. Then let me copy this. Let me erase this now. Right now. The same thing is copied now. Right. You ask user enter the username and you ask user enter the password. If username is equals admin and password is equals 1234, you get a print access granted. Otherwise, if the username is admin and the password is not equals, you're gonna say invalid password. Else, that means username is invalid. You're gonna say user not found. Right. Enter username, admin. Wrong password and admin 5554 admin 1234. Because exactly you are looking for the case sensitive answers, then you are looking for the admin simple right now. Remember in your mind admin 1234 admin 5678 invalid password. Right, guys, this is how it's gonna work out. Right. Has anyone sent me the answer for the last one? No one has sent me the answer for the last one yet. Quickly send me the answer. I think that is not that difficult, right? Hope you are okay with this. Any questions about this if conditions? Now you can ask. Now we have done plenty of exercises with regards to these if conditions with multiple if else if ladder and also with AND operator, O operator. Likewise, we have used multiple conditional tests we have done. Right? Right, let's go for the while loops. Then, right, now while loops, right, if you want to print this, let's say 1 to 100 numbers, or if you want to do some activities again and again until a given condition is true or false, likewise, then we could use the while loops. Then while loops start with the keyword while, and then we need to have the condition. We need to have the condition, right? Now, the condition, this should be evaluated to as if conditions true or false values. Now, for an example, let's say I want to print 1 to 10 numbers. I is equals to 0, and I'm going to say while I less than 10. I less than 10, I'm going to print I values. I'm going to print I values. And then every time, right now, you can see while I less than, then print I. Now, what will happen? Now, you can see if you do it, now I value has been set to 0. So, I value, that means 0 is less than 10 true, then it prints I, which is 0. Again, it's going to check 0 less than 10, print 0. 0 less than 10, print 0. Here, you don't make any progress towards the termination of this loop. Now, the loop terminates when this condition becomes false. The condition is when I value is equals or greater than 10, it will stop. Therefore, the condition is I less than 10. So, you need to make a progress. Every time you run the loop, it has to make a progress towards its termination. That means I need to increase the I value by 1. By any chance, if you have this kind of infinite loops, in order to stop, press Ctrl Z. Then you can send a keyboard interrupt, and then you can stop the infinitely running loops. Right. Otherwise, it will run infinitely. Right. Now this time what happens? It's gonna print I value has been set to 0 initially, then 0 less than 10 true, it prints 0. I value get increased by 1. 1 less than 10 true, prints 1. I value increased by 1. 2 less than 10 true, prints 2. I become 3. 3 less than 10 true, therefore it prints 2. Likewise, 8 less than 10 true, then prints 8. I value become 9. 9 less than 10 true, then it prints 9. I become 10. 10 less than 10 false. 10 less than 10 false. So the loop stops. The loop exits. Right now, the loop stops because the loop terminates. The condition is false. Therefore, now here, remember, as long as the condition is true, you can print the, you can execute the set of statements using a while loop or using a for loop. Right. Now, let's try out. Now, what happens if you use here true? Here, if you have used true. Now, if you have mentioned true, if you have mentioned true here, now you can see this will never become false. Now, the syntactically, this has to the while loop. This condition has to be evaluated to true or false. No, now this has to be evaluated to true. Now this is continuously running because that this loop will never become false. Now then it will print the I value and increase the I value by 1. Now you can see this is infinitely running. It will run continuously. It will run. Therefore, this kind of loops you call as infinite loops, or sometimes now Control C will stop, right? And sometimes you have, let's say I less than 10, and then here you have put minus equals 1. Right, now what will happen? Now every time I value is decreasing by 1, so the loop is running infinitely because I value will never become 10, because when I become 10 only the program will stop, but it won't become 10. Then this is running infinitely because this is right now infinite loops. The loop, whatever the condition, will never fail. Condition will never fail because each time you run the program, it won't make a progress towards the termination. Right. Right, now some other example, maybe let's say, let's stop this. Now you want to take 1 to 10 numbers, the total of 1 to 10 numbers that you need to get quickly. Right now, if you want to write, then you can say uh, print I equals 0. Then let's say I'm going to declare some value is equals 0. Then I'm going to print the I value. Then I'm going to say sum plus equals I. And I value 0 to 10 numbers. Let's say including 10 as well. Then including 10. Then I'm going to say I plus c equals 1. Every time I value has to increase by 1. And I'm going to say the total or the sum equals some variable value. Right. Now 0 to 10 into some 0 to 10 or 1 to 10 number total is 55. Likewise, you can get the answer. Right, now I want you to find out 1 to 100 values. Let's say 1 to 100. Then it's a matter of, you can start I value by 1, basically. 1 to 100 values sum. Then 1 to 100. Starting from 1, 1 to 100. Likewise, you can have I equals 1. And then 1 to 100. Then you can see it starts from 1 and it goes up to 100. And then 5050. Right, likewise, you will be able to get. Right. Now, I want to calculate the sum of even numbers from 1 to 100 and sum of odd numbers from 1 to 100. Tell me how to do that. I want you to calculate the sum of even numbers and odd numbers from 1 to 100. Let's do this quickly. No. Right now, what we need to do, we need to get the sum of the odd numbers and sum of the even numbers. No? Right now, let's say sum odd, and I'm gonna say sum of even as well. Right now, I'm gonna even. I don't want to print the numbers, right? So I'm gonna use if I modulus 2 equals 0, then that means it is if I modulus 2 equals 0, that means it is an even number. So I'm gonna say sum even plus c equals I, else I'm gonna say sum odd plus c equals I, and then we're gonna increase the I value by 1, and sum of even numbers, sum of odd numbers, sum odd, right? Let's see. Then it gives you sum of even numbers 2550, odd numbers 2500. Right now, if it is starting from let's say 10 to 20, so 1 to 10, if you want to get 1 to 10, then you know 13579, 13579, and 2468. And 10 as well, including 10, 24 plus 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Then it gives you 30. Right. Likewise, you can calculate. Right. Now let's make a game or something. Now the question is, right now I want you to keep on asking user to enter a number. You need to keep on asking user to enter a number until user make the correct guess. Right now you have a guess. Right now you have a variable called guess, and you have stored a number there. And then you need to keep on asking user to make the guess. And then thereafter you can ask user to make a guess. Well, then let's say 10 times guesses. You're going to give the 10 time guesses. If the user make a correct guess, you need to say you guess correctly, and then program gonna get stopped. Otherwise, it's gonna give you 10 times, and then after 10 attempts, it's gonna show you that the guess is wrong. Right? And then for that, you need to have some keywords you have to use. And then let me show you those keywords right now, which are continue and break inside inside a loop. Now, for an example, let's say now I'm going to delete this. Okay, right then inside a loop. Let's say if it is if I'm going to check if I equals 6. Once I equals 6, once I equals 6, if I say break, once I equal 6, if I say break, right now once I equal 6, if I say break, and after that, let's say I'm going to print the value as well. Okay, now if I say break, now once I become 6, it's going to stop. That means I starting from 1, right? Then here before that, right now, can someone tell me why it start from 2 rather starting displaying from 1? Why does this starts from 2 rather displaying from 1, printing start from 1? Why is it? Because I starting I equals 1. I start from 1, but why it does not start from 1 here? Can someone tell me? Yes, Samila? If you're talking, I can't hear you. Right, whatever. I can't hear you. I'm sorry. And then yes, what happens here is I'm starting from 1, but here I'm printing at the end. But before I print, I increase the value by 1. Then I equals 1, 1 less than equals 10. True, then I increase the I value by 1. Then I become 2. Then here it prints the I value. That's why Here it starts printing the I value, right? As to, so I'm gonna set it back, then it will start printing from 1 to 5. Once I is equal 6, it will stop. Because once I reaches to 6, it will stop from the loop. Once it is 6 or once the break statement hits one inside a loop, once the break statement get executed, it will immediately exit from the loop. Remember, once the break statement hits, it will immediately exit from the loop. It will immediately exit from the loop. Right. Now, here, right now, there's another one called continue. There's another one called continue. Right now, here, let me remove this now. Okay. If the continue keyword is, if you hit the continue keyword, right now, I'm going to put the continue instead of break, I'm going to put the continue keyword here. Now, what happens is continue. When the continue keyword is, when the continue keyword hits, it will stop the current iteration and move to the next. But since I have put the I equals 6 at the end, I'm checking this condition and I'm putting the continuous statement at the end. Therefore, no difference you will be able to see right now. But in order to show you that, I'm going to print the statement at the letter. Right now here, now when you do it like that, now now it start printing the I values. So I'm going to start the I value from 0. I'm going to start from 1. Then you can see 6 is not visible here. What happens? Once I is 6, once I become 6, it will, if condition become true, then it goes to the continue. Then continue keyword will stop the rest. It will stop the rest. Then it's going to go to the next iteration. It will go to the next iteration. It will go to the next iteration. Then I have become 7, then 7 less than 10. Then it do this. Because once continue keyword hits, remember, once the break keyword hits, it will stop. It will exit from the immediate loop. Once the continue keyword hits, right, it will stop the current iteration and goes to the next iteration. It will stop the current iteration and move to the next iteration. Right now, okay, now try this one and thereafter let me do, okay, let me clear this up. While I is equals to 100, okay, I'm gonna have I equals I plus equals 1, I plus equals 1, and then I'm gonna put an if condition if no brackets used, no, if I modulus 2 equals 0, I'm gonna say print I value, and all right, now I'm gonna say I modulus 2 not t equals 2, let's say not t equals 0, then I'm gonna say continue. Right now, rather typing this, try to read it and tell me what would be the output. Right? Okay, in order to make this work easier, I will make it to 10. Right? Now tell me the output and thereafter try this one and then again try to explain what is happening over there. What do you think? What is happening over there now? Okay, let me print this. If I modulus 2, okay, the colon was missing there. No? That's a syntax error. But now, what are the values it prints? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Then it prints only even numbers. What does it do? What it does? It is skipping the odd numbers. How? Now, okay, let's try run. Now, what are the possible scenarios? At the beginning, I value is equals to 0. Then it's gonna check 0. Okay, 0 less than or equals to 10. Therefore, it is true. Then it's gonna increase the I value by 1. Then it's gonna check the condition, which is true. And it's gonna increase the I value by 1. Now I become 1. And then it's gonna check the if condition. If condition, I modulus 2, 1 modulus 2. Okay, 1 modulus 2 equals, not equals 0. Yes, 1 modulus 2 is 1 modulus 2 is 1, which is not equals to 0. Right? Therefore, condition is true. If condition is true, therefore, if condition is true, so it's gonna hit the continue. Continue means it will stop the current iteration, so it will move to the next iteration. Now I value is equals to 1. Now I value has been set to 1. Then what it does right now, it's gonna check 1 less than or equals to 10 true. Then I value in the I value get increased by 1 plus 1. I value I plus 1. That means 0 plus 1. And then here I value get increased by 1. Therefore 1 plus 1, 2. Now it checks 2 modulus 2 is equal to 0. Therefore not equal 0 is here. 2 now here 2 modulus 2. 2 modulus 2 is 0. 0 not equals to 0. 0 not equals 0. Is it true or false? Is it true or false? 0 not equals to 0?
False.
False. So this is false. Therefore, it won't hit the continue statement. Then it's gonna print. It will print 2. I value is now 2. Right. Then again, what happens now? I value is 2. Then 2 less than or equals to 10 true. Then 2 plus 1 become 3. Now I value has been set to 3. And then 3 modulus 2 is 1 remaining. 1 not equals 0 true. Therefore, the continue keyword hits. Then it's gonna skip the rest. Skip the rest and it's gonna go to the next iteration. The next iteration is I equals 3. Right now, the next iteration is I equals. Right now, I equals 3. Right now, I is equals to 3. Now it's gonna check with the 3 not equals to 0. Right. 1 not equals 0, false. So it's gonna print. Right. What does happen? When I equals 0, 0 less than 10, this is true always. I became 1. 1. Okay, we'll write the condition. That's easier, no? 1 modulus 2. 1 modulus 2. 1 modulus 2 means what? It's gonna check 1 modulus 2, no? 1 modulus 2 means remainder is 1. 1 not equals to 0. That's what you want to check. 1 not equals to 0. That is true. 1 not equals to 0, true. So it's gonna continue. Right now here what happens? Right now value is I is equals I has been set to 1 plus 1 2, no? Then 2 modulus 2. 2 modulus 2 means 0. 0 not equals 0, which is false. So it's gonna print 2. Right, thereafter, now I is 3, then sorry, I value is 2, no? 2 2 less than or equals the 10, correct, true. Therefore, now 2 plus 1 become 3, and then 3 modulus 2 remainder is 1. Therefore, 1 not equals 0, true. Therefore, it's going to continue. Now I value is 3. Then 3 less than or equals to 10, true. Then 3 plus 1 become 4. Then 4 modulus 2 is 0. When you divide 4 by 2, 2 remain is 0. Therefore, 0 not equals 0 is false. Therefore, it's going to print 4. Right, now that's what's going to happen. Right, again. That's right. And now I value equals 4. Then 4 less than or equals 10, true. Then 4 plus 1 become 5. Then 5 modulus 2. 5 modulus 2 is 1. Therefore, 1 is not equals to 0, true. Therefore, it's going to continue. Now I value is set to 5. And 5 less than or 10 equals 10, true. So 5 plus 1 becomes 6. Then 6 modulus 2 is 0. 0 not equals 0, false. Therefore, it's going to print I value, which is 6. Right. Then I value is 6. So 6 less than or equals 10, true. Then 1 get added to 6. 6 plus 1 becomes 7. 7 modulus 2 remainder is 1. Therefore, 1 is not equal 0, true. Then continues. Now I value is 7. 7 less than or equals to 10, true. And then 7 plus 1 become 8. Then 8 modulus 2. 8 modulus 2 is 0. Therefore, 0 not equal 0, false. Therefore, it's going to print 8. Now, I value is 8. Then 8 less than or equals 10, true. Then 8 plus 1 become 9. And then 9 modulus 2 remainder is 1. So 1 not equals 0, true. Therefore, it's going to continue means skip the current iteration and move to the next. Now I value is 9. So I become 9. 9 less than or equals to 10, true. Then 9 plus 1 become 10. Then 10 modulus 2 is 0. Therefore, 0 not equals 0, false. Therefore, it will print 10. Right. Then again, I become 10. I become 10. Now, here 10 less than or equals to 10. 10 less than or equals to 10. Here's true. 10 less than or equals 10, true. Then what happens? 10 plus 1 gets added. Then I become 11. 11 modulus 2. 11 modulus 2 is remainder is 1. Therefore, 1 not equals to 0, which is true. So it's going to continue. And I become 11 now already. I become 11. Then 11 less than or equals to 10. Now the condition becomes false. Therefore, the loop stops. Now, this is how this is going to work out. Right, now this is how you could use the continue keyword when you want to print only the even numbers or only the odd numbers. You could do it. Now for an example, now this is to only to print the even numbers from right, my bad, 0 to 100. Right, now let's do it for 0 to 100. Now you can see only the even numbers would display here. Right, now if you want to go for even numbers, no, skip the even numbers. Then if you just put it like not equals to 1, then only the odd numbers would display. But even including 100 also it goes. That's why you get 101, right? Okay, then that is how you can use the skip and continue. So break and continue keywords. That's how you can use. Right, then okay, write a program. Right now I'm gonna write a program to display 1 to 50 numbers, 1 to 50 numbers, excluding multiples of 5. Write a program to display 1 to 50 numbers excluding, that means skipping, multiples of 1 to 50. And this is one question, and write. And another one is to write a program to get the sum, to get the sum of entered numbers until the negative number. Write a program to get the sum of entered numbers until a negative number entered. And thereafter, write a program, make a guess, save a number, save a number, save a number in, okay, make a guess, make a guess, save, ask user to try the number. All right. If guessed correct, if ask user to try that, each user get 10 attempts. That's it. User gets 10 attempts. If guess correct, so display the guess number, display the guess, and stop. Otherwise, keep continue 10 times, and display the guess. Right now, quickly try out this. This is what I asked you to do previously. User gets 10 attempts to try this correctly. Display the guess and stop other and stop. Otherwise, okay, try these 3 questions quickly, and then I'll give you a few questions as. Right now, 1 to 50 numbers, then including 50 or without 50, let's say including 50. 1 to 50 numbers, excluding multiples of 5. Now you need to display all the numbers from 1 to 50 without 5s. Right now, without multiples of 5. Therefore, I modulus 5. If I modulus 5 equals 0, that means when you divide by 5, if the remainder is 0, that means it can be divided by 5. Therefore, it is a multiple of 5. Therefore, I'm going to continue. So let's see whether what can happen. Right now, even it prints up to 51. Therefore, let's remove the equal sign. Right now, you can see it starts from 1 to 50 without 50. 5 multiples of 5. You can see 5 is missing, 10 is missing, 15 is missing, 20 is missing. Like this is how you do the first one. Write a program to get the sum of entered numbers until a negative number entered. Right now, how you did that right now? Let me get some of your answers. Okay. Right now we have a variable called, let's say, sum equals 0. And then I'm going to say, let's say this is true. I'm going to say true. And I'm going to say if the number, right now we have to get the input from the user, no? Right then we have to get the input from the number user, therefore x equals int. We're gonna get input, we're gonna get the input, the number. Right now that number we're gonna check if x modulus, if x is a negative number, if x is a negative number, if x is less than 0, if x is less than 0, if x is smaller than 0, then I need to say break. Right. I need to stop that. Otherwise, I need to, let's say the number entered also we can display here, print text. And then if then after that I can say sum equals sum plus equals sum plus equals x. So I can display print total is equals to some variable value. Total is equal to some variable. Right. Now let's say I'm gonna enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and -1. Right now, once I enter -1, what it says, okay, not plus, there should be a command. Right, let's run it again. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 0, 0, 0, and -1. Only the -1 we ignored. Then sum of the total, sum of the positive numbers. It will show you once you enter a negative number. Let's say once you enter a negative number, the program would stop. Right now, this is how you do it for the to get the sum of the positive numbers until you enter a negative number. Since I have put the true here because the condition is always true, because I have put once the user enter a negative number, I have put a break keyword there. Therefore, the program will stop. The while loop will stop once the break keyword hits. Therefore, that's the way I did. You can do. There are many other ways of doing it. Right. Then we have to make the password one. Let's say we have a guess. Let's say guess is equals to 55, right? And then then I need to run only for 10 times. Therefore, I need to have a control variable. I'm going to say I is equal to 0. Then I less than 10, the number of opportunities. I'm going to give 10. And then I'm going to say X, make a guess. Yes, make a guess between 0 to 100 numbers, right? Then right now, if what you're gonna do is if guess equals x, if guess equals x, then we need to say Right now, print correct. Yes, you may correct. Yes, yes is correct. And guess the number you can say. Let's say the number we have the guess variable is correct. Is correct. If not, we're gonna say we have to display this and then we need to stop this one, break. Right now, else if guess is not equal to x. Okay, now try again. Try again. Remaining attempts. Remaining attempts. Remaining attempts. We can say try again. Remaining attempts, and then from the 10 minus I value. Right, and then 10 minus I. Then we need to increase I value by 1. I plus equals 1. Right. Right. Now let's try it out. What happens now? Take a guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right now, this is, we need to do this before. No? Right. If you don't make a guess, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Remaining atom 0. Right. And then if you try the correct guess, 55, your guess 55 is correct. Right. Now, let's say we don't know, want to make the guess as well. Now, the guess also I want you to generate it. Now, the guess value also I want to generate. How can you do that? How can we do that part? Right now, there are method called random. Then how can we use it? Right now, there's a method called random. Then if you want, anyway, we will be discussing this later on. I'm going to import the random library, random. I import random, and then I'm going to use guess equals random dot random integer in between random integer in between 1 to 100. Right now you can see this time it made the guess 69. Right now next time it is not 69, right? We also don't know the guess. It is 85. Likewise, you can make a application like this. If you want, you can limit it to 10, and then you can provide only 5 opportunities for you to try. And then this would run 0 to 10. Okay, including 0 to 10. You can try to 67 is not available anywhere. So 1, 4, 9. Guess is 10. This time 8, 4. Okay, we have made the guess. Guess 8 is correct. Likewise, you can try out. Now, just for the time being, just forget about this, and then we don't know. You don't know anything about this yet. Therefore, right now, this is the library I am using, random, and then inbuilt library, and then there's a method called randint from the random integer. Using that, I'm gonna generate a random number in between 0 to 10. That's what I did here. Right. That was just forget about it, and this is how you do it. Right now, also you can try printing the multiplication table, and likewise there are a lot of exercises you can do using while loops. Right now, just search for while loop exercises on the internet, and then do some more exercises when you're coming next day, because next day we can start with for loops, and then the nested for loops, and then here also you can have nested while loops, and then we can see how to print the patterns and so on. Therefore, you better try some exercises from the net. Okay, thank you very much. Any questions you can ask now, please ask.